On a morning where we saw some high-profile exits across London, the Minister of Happiness was fighting to keep her place in the tournament. The number 3 seed, Jabeur, was one of 4 players hoping to book their spot in those finals on Saturday, on a day today where the ladies took centre stage.
All under pressure, Simona Halep.
It's another glorious backhand.
She makes it look extremely easy, but that's a tough shot to make.
Those were rocket monster balls being hit.
First up on centre court, Jabeur took on her good friend and barbecue buddy, Tatiana Maria. The 34-year-old German, a mother of 2, made it through to her first Grand Slam semi-final in 35 attempts. Well, next on centre court, the headline act was the 2019 champion, Simona Halep. The Romanian hadn't dropped a set to reach this stage of the competition, and she took on the 23-year-old from Kazakhstan, Rybakina.
Semi-finals day, beginning with Jabeur up against Tatiana Maria, and then Rybakina, the number 17 seed, against the tournament favourite Simona Halep. It's been quite cool this morning, but it is warming up. The biggest match of both players' career, despite all that Ons has achieved. Jabeur, the first African woman in the Open era to reach the Wimbledon final. Oh, look at this.
I really don't know what to say. It's a dream coming true, you know, from years and years of work and sacrifice. So I'm really happy that it's paying off, and I'll continue for one more match now.
Welcome back to centre court for Rybakina, about to go onto centre court for the first time at these championships. What a thrill for her. Here we go. And we're sharing memories that'll last a lifetime with Rybakina, for the first time, Wimbledon finalist.
Today, when the full crowd was cheering for us, I don't know how to say it in English, but I was but I was quite nervous, and I'm really happy that I managed to win in the end.
Well, I'm delighted to say that Radzi is joining us now to talk about the first semi-final on centre court today. Jabeur taking on Tatiana Maria, 2 awesome ladies out there with their own narratives throughout the tournament. Let's talk about Jabeur though, and how awesome she's been. Trailblazer from Tunisia, taking on the mother of 2 from Germany, the 34-year-old. That's the story there. But tell me about that matchup on centre court, Radzi.
Well, let's just talk about Jabeur as a character. I mean, make no mistake, we are talking about a continental superstar now. We are talking about somebody who defines an actual continent of a lot of people. Africa, Tunisia. She's the sole representative, essentially, in a massive sport like tennis, and she carries it on her shoulders with humility, with grace, with sportsmanship, and she backs it up with incredible performances. And to see her response after she beat her friend, the way she embraced her friend, the way her friend's family and support team embraced her, listened to her interview, but she sat down, she was in the sun, she looked up at the sky, and you just saw her go, yes. And it was such a special moment. And Ons Jabeur, what a superstar.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't have it all her way, did she? It was a three-setter in the end. Ons took the first set, and then Tatiana Maria really fought back before Ons took the third and final set and booked that spot into those finals. An absolute stunning moment.
And just also a word on her opponent, the fact that Ons kind of pointed out the fact that her friend is her inspiration. She said, because the idea of me being able to have children and coming back and playing at a semi-final in Wimbledon says it all. Amazing athletes, amazing ambassadors, yes, Wimbledon.
Yeah, absolutely amazing semi-final matchup there. And earlier on, actually, after that matchup, I caught up with Anne Kjotevong to get her thoughts on Ons Jabeur. Anne Kjotevong, thank you so much for joining us. We have to talk about Ons Jabeur making it through to the Grand Slam final, the first of any Arab or African lady to do so. She's making history. I mean, what have you made of her so far this tournament and what she's been doing on the tour in the last couple of years?
Just fantastic. She plays such an attractive style of tennis, and I think she wins fans over with her creativity out there on the tennis court. She slices and dices. She's not afraid to come forwards. She plays with a lot of variety. She's just fun to watch, and her personality shines through as well on the match court, because you know, she's not robotic out there. If she's not feeling particularly happy, you kind of tend to see it, but she's such a great person away from the tennis court as well, and that's what makes her so popular amongst her peers and such a likeable person and one fans want to engage with.
I mean, we saw just that, didn't we, after that semi-final win over Tatiana Maria. You know, she welcomed Tatiana onto court with her to celebrate that victory with her. Obviously, she's spoken about the fact that they're friends, they're barbecue buddies. How difficult is it psychologically to play against someone that you get on with so well off the court?
Well, those two are so professional about how they go about things. They have a huge amount of respect for one another, but when they walked onto the court, that can be put to one side. It's all about the tennis. Both wanted to win just as much as the other, and you know, they can put their feelings to one side and get on with it, and they did today. They produced some fantastic tennis between the two of them, but Ons Jabeur just had too much in that final set.
Yeah, I mean, she did, and obviously she goes to that Grand Slam final, and she's spoken, Ons has, openly about, you know, loving the fact that she breaks records and she's a trailblazer. What do you make of that and that confidence?
I love it. It's refreshing because she says it how it is, and she's not shy about coming forward, about how ambitious she is, what she wants to achieve in the game. She takes a huge amount of pride in being the first Arab woman to achieve this or that, or, you know, she's constantly setting records, and you know, I think she just sets a great example. She's a fantastic role model to so many people, not just in the Arab world but around the world, for how she goes about things. You know, she was a very successful junior, and a lot of people expected so much from her when she moved into the pro game. It didn't happen for her as soon as it did for others, but she continued to put herself out there, continued working hard, and now success is coming all her way. She's ranked number 2 in the world now, and it's just fantastic to see a player like that, yeah, living her dreams.
Making history now, Ons Jabeur is. Thanks, Anne. She's into her first Grand Slam final. Well, Ons Jabeur then, your first finalist, and she would take on the winner of Elena Rybakina taking on Simona Halep. We didn't expect the outcome of that second semi-final, Radzi.
Not at all. But Rybakina, I mean, we spoke a little bit about Ons representing Tunisia, Kazakhstan, not necessarily known for their tennis prowess over the years, but to do what she's done, to have the dream run to get here, massive kudos. And coming into this, she's only lost one set, and that was against Tomljanovic. And I have to say, in that match, after the first set, I thought she was curtains. She fought back. That was a 3-set match. And what a performance we have just seen on centre court against none other than Simona Halep, with all her experience, with all of her accolades. Absolutely incredible.
Well, Elena Rybakina will join Ons Jabeur in that final on Saturday, and it was so awesome on centre court. But it's not all aces around here. There are some jokers as well.
Look at that.
That
No
is
look.
brilliant.
It's a good slow-mo. Did quite enjoy that.
Well, again, this one not taught. It's
They should be teaching that in the academy.
well, perhaps.
15.
Well, Gordon Reid bringing a hint of Ibrox to court 14 at Wimbledon.
Uh-oh, there's a decision. He thought he got it up. Vasil caught him.
Let's have a look at that again.
We have to have a look.
Does he get there?
I don't think so. I don't think he got it.
Well, that's an error on Max's behalf anyway. You play the ball.
Yeah.
Because whether it's a line call or anything, you play it.
Interesting extra headwear there for Otani.
It's the new thing, did you not hear? It's a new fashion statement.
It's not white though.
Oh, it's not white, that's a good point.
I love watching them because we don't always get to see everything else that goes on. We're focused on the tennis. Professionals. But let's focus on tennis tomorrow, the men's semi-finals, of course. First up, Novak Djokovic taking on Cam Norrie. Everybody in the UK will be glued to that match.
How many times will Novak Djokovic play in the Wimbledon semi-final and not get the loudest ovation? When he plays, Cam Norrie is the answer. And Cam Norrie, so much to talk about him, his journey from being kind of top 100 and perhaps around the 70s, 60s mark, and all of a sudden is now a top 10 player in the world. How he's done that, I have got no idea. Then you've got the fact that he's an actual citizen of the world. Born in South Africa, by way of New Zealand, came to represent Britain with a Welsh mother and a Scottish father, a little bit like myself. Absolutely love him. Love his attitude, love his tenacity. He is as fit as a butcher's dog, as all the sports scientists say. He is going to come at this. He is going to give this absolutely everything. And he is just built. As the Brits have fallen down, he's just risen high. And I am so excited about this. And Djokovic, what Djokovic are we going to see? Can Cam win that first set? Can Cam win the second set? Can Cam go to a Wimbledon final? It will be unforgettable if he does. And social media is all saying one thing, and that is that he is Killer Cam. And I love that couplet of a name.
Unfortunately, our excitement for Friday's second semi-final was cut short after Rafa Nadal announced he would be withdrawing through injury. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, well, good evening, everyone. Well, unfortunately, as you can imagine, if I am here because I have to pull out from the tournament, no? As everybody saw yesterday, I have been suffering with the pain in the abdominal. I know something was not okay there, as yesterday I said, and yeah, that's confirmed. I have a tear in the muscle in the abdominal, so. The communication is too late because even like that I was thinking during the whole day about the decision to make, but I think it's don't make sense to go, even if I tried a lot of time during all my career to keep going under very tough circumstances. In that one, I think it's obvious that if I keep going, the injury gonna be worse and worse, and that's the thing that I can say now, and feel very sad to say that.
The Spaniards' withdrawal means Nick Kyrgios will receive a bye to the final. Anyway, as we approach the business end of the championship, we're loving it, and you guys at home are loving it as well, and you've been sharing lots of your socials. If you're going to kick off your fledgling career, best to get some decent coaches in. This young player decided on former champion Goran Ivanisevic, and it clearly paid off. And finally, the Denver Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson and his noughties R&B partner Sierra made quite the racket during a trip to SW19 this week. Well, Ladies' Day didn't disappoint, and tomorrow we have a tantalising men's semi-final. We'll see you then.